A U.S. Air Force commander explains their efforts to identify and analyze UFOs, claiming it has nothing to do with secret projects. In a small Pennsylvania town, a family is having dinner when a huge explosion occurs outside, leaving them powerless and sick. The youngest girl rushes to hide in the cupboard. Nobel Prize winner and NASA exobiologist Lauren is arrested for driving while drunk and takes medicine for her depression. She learns of the explosion and learns that it was caused by a meteorite that dissolved into the ground. Soldiers ask Lauren and David to investigate the area, threatening violence if she doesn't agree. They discover a small red plant growing in the middle of the crater, which she is fascinated by but doesn't include in her report. Later, Lauren searches the web for stories of other meteorite crashes and finds a video of a similar incident in Russia. A citizen who knows someone in the military explains that Russia kept this information hidden because the object that fell was a seed, and a tree grew out of it, killing everything in its surroundings, including plants and animals. The Russian government destroyed the tree, and the woman in the video was shot in front of her kids a few days later. Concerned citizens discuss theories about the barricaded town and neighboring places being evacuated, ultimately leading to the town being incinerated. In this text, the story revolves around the reanimation of 1,300 dead people due to their proximity to a meteorite crash. The doctors try to get the dead people to react by showing them pictures of their families, but nothing happens. After some testing, they theorize that only 49 bodies have been reanimated from the 1,300 dead people because of their proximity to the crater. They inhaled the toxic air and particles from the meteorite, which seem to be transforming their internal organs. Lauren, a woman who is not well taken by the news, shares her theory about Russia and points out that maybe they are being targeted. A military leader proposes incinerating the bodies, but Lauren shares her theory about Russia and points out that maybe they are being targeted. The president votes against incineration and orders the scientists to keep studying the bodies. Lauren's depression worsens as she drinks alone in her car while remembering her childhood. Her father had taken her to a secret location and asked her to keep it secret from everyone, including her mom. However, the memory ends there because she suffers from amnesia. Lauren mixes her medicine with alcohol and goes back to the facility where the doctors are allowing relatives to talk to the bodies. Desperate for answers, Lauren goes to the room where all the reanimated bodies are and shows a little girl her favorite childhood book while sharing the story of her mother's death. When she gets a call from David, a picture of the crater plant can be seen as the wallpaper, causing the girl to grab Lauren's arm. She tells Emmerich and David about it, and news outlets show pictures of the giant tree-like structure that has grown out of the crater in just 2 days. The scientists fly to the crash site and admire the strange tree, which is responsible for making the area toxic. Rob opens his eyes and starts looking around as if seeing everything for the first time. He is now an alien, and Lauren welcomes him to Earth. The current theory is that the aliens reach Earth by traveling through wormholes. Some reporters try to derail the conversation by asking Lauren about her arrest, which is seen on TV by a mysterious man. Later at home, Lauren hears a message from her therapist, who is worried because she has been missing sessions and they are part of the court order. She also hears a message from her father, Jim, who is lonely and misses her. Lauren avoids being hugged and stays cold, so Jim leaves. Lauren is called to the toxic area again because the alien refuses to talk to anyone except her. She sits with Rob, who explains that his home planet became uninhabitable and forced his species to seek a new world. This tree won't grow anywhere else, and they were given the coordinates to reach Earth by a human called Supernova 94. In this text, the story revolves around a mysterious alien tree that is transforming Earth's environment. The scientists try to take a sample from the tree, but Rob, the mysterious man, reveals his abilities and threatens to change the environment. He takes control of a scientist's body to make him open his hazmat suit, causing him to become infected and dying. The soldiers are killed by bullets or knives from their own teammates, and when only one remains standing, the soldier self-deletes. The military launches an attack against the tree, only to discover it is being protected by a huge force field. The missiles explode against it without causing any damage to the tree, and planes have no choice but to retreat. Reports of strange incidents from all over the world begin to be recorded, with strange sounds, a mysterious fog spreading through towns, and killing people. Martial law is declared in multiple countries, and crops are dying overnight. Lauren returns to her childhood home, where her old lab is still locked up. Her father, Jim, is lonely and depressed, but she keeps traveling. She feels like she doesn't belong anywhere and that the world is ending. Lauren returns to the alien tree, which has been transforming more. Suddenly, the ground starts shaking, and Lauren puts her ear on the snow, hearing strange noises. Rob tells Lauren that life is growing on Earth thanks to her, offering her hand for her to touch. As soon as Lauren grabs Rob's hand, she begins seeing her suppressed memories. It turns out that Jim used to work for a senator and took Lauren to Area 51. Little Lauren wandered around and overheard about an alien that landed on Earth, who could fly but didn't survive the local environment. Curious, she found the alien inside the pound, which she didn't hesitate to touch. This contact triggered a process that transferred the alien's consciousness into Lauren's body and mutated her DNA, making her an alien too. Lauren becomes very awkward and socially isolated, building a radio and sending messages to the aliens using the nickname Supernova 94, inspired by her space calendar. Her mother discovers this and forbids her from sending more messages to strangers. After government scientists run tests on Lauren, they find the alien DNA mixed with hers, but Jim doesn't tell her anything. In the present, Lauren is crying over recovering her memories when Rob removes her mask, and she can breathe toxic air because of her mutated DNA. The mysterious man remembers his younger days and accidentally picks up Lauren's messages with his equipment. A dog runs among the trees to follow the weird noises, and a huge egg-like pod emerges from the ground, explaining the noises. Eventually, Earth can no longer support life for humans, and one by one, every person on the planet dies as the environment mutations to be alien-friendly. The only survivor is Lauren, who has finally found her wings.